Everybody, welcome to Cube Fit Release. My name's Emily, Fort Collins, Colorado site. Hope you guys are having a good Monday, start to your Monday at least. I know it's a little early. We're going to be focusing today on the low back and also upper back region. Just was on a little bit of a road trip and feeling pretty sore from sitting in the car for so long. So that's what we're going to focus on today. Let's go ahead and go to the low back region first. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the glutes. So what you'll do is you'll take that lacrosse ball, you're going to place it right on that glute. You're going to lay completely down, and then from here, you're going to move your hips up and down, side to side, really whatever feels good to you here. Now remember, if you need some extra added pressure, you can go ahead and take that knee, put it up onto your opposite knee here, and that'll add some extra added pressure as you kind of go through this. And that's only if you need it. For me per se, I'm pretty sore right now. So I'm definitely going to want to add that extra added pressure. You might not need it, and that's totally fine. So don't feel like you have to have that knee up there. But want to focus on that glute here first. We'll always break it up left and right because we never want to cross over that spine. So go ahead and place that lacrosse ball just on that glute. And then remember, we're utilizing our hips to kind of move us side to side, up and down. If you're just joining us, welcome. Thanks for joining. We're going to be focusing on the low back region and then also going to the upper back region as well. So starting on one of our glute muscles here. So go ahead and break it up left and right. Here in Cube Fit Release, we never want to cross over any bones or any structures like that, just so that it just kind of, you don't want to go over it. It's not like it's going to break it. It just doesn't feel good. So want to be aware of that while you're kind of going through all of your release techniques. Nice and easy. I hope everybody had a good weekend. If you are participating in FitWays in 21 days, make sure to continue to follow along with your calendar. We also have our second webinar with Phil Beadle this Wednesday. So be sure to attend that live webinar. Remember, if you attend 2 live webinars, you'll automatically receive 100 Version Pulse points. It's that easy. All right, let's go ahead and switch. So go ahead, take that lacrosse ball. We're going to switch glutes. If you just joined us or you joined late, I mentioned how if you needed some extra added pressure, you can take that leg, you can cross it over your opposite leg. And what that's going to do is that's going to add some more pressure to that glute. So say you're really sore like me right now, really feeling it in my low back and my upper back region. And so if you feel like that as well, go ahead and add that extra added pressure. But if you're here just to kind of have some maintenance on your body and you don't need that extra added pressure, totally fine. You can just keep that leg down on the ground here. All right, let's go ahead and move along. What we're going to do here is we're going to go to our low back muscles. So there's a little muscle in your low back. It's either to the right or the left of the spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it up right side first, then left side. And so where it's at, if you can imagine, you have a belt loop region right where your back pockets might be. We're going to go above that just on that low back region. So like I said, either left or right of that spine. And then what we want to do is we want to hold that pressure. And you're going to move your body up and down here. So we want to go up and down to try and avoid that spine so that we're not really hitting that and aggravating that at all. So slight movements up and down, or you might just be hanging out here on that lacrosse ball, laying on there, adding that pressure. Really, whatever feels good to you here. It's kind of a preference thing and what feels best for you and your body. Remember, move with your legs up and down. Try to avoid shrugging those shoulders at any time. We don't want to aggravate any areas. So you can see here, I'm kind of just rocking back and forth on my legs here. Sometimes I'm just holding the pressure too, though. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Nice job with that. Same thing, we're just going on that small low back muscle just above that belt loop region, just going up and down there. Remember, either left or right of the spine there. Don't want to be on the spine at all. Remember, when you find a tender spot, so if you're new to Q-fit release, tender spots meaning an area that's just a little bit more painful, discomforting than the rest of the areas. You might find an area where like, ow, that really hurts. We want to go ahead and hold that pressure there. So I'm on one right now on my low back region that really just does not feel good compared to the rest of the area. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that pressure, really breathe through it until I feel like that discomfort has kind of dissipated away, and then I'll continue to roll afterwards. Those areas just need a little bit more time and attention. It's almost, you can think of it as a knot in your fascia. And what we're doing is we're just trying to break up that knot so that the proper blood flow can be going to that injured area and making it feel a little bit better. All right, nice job with that. Let's go ahead and move on to the upper back region. I want to do the back of the traps here first. So you're just going to place that lacrosse ball right on the back of that trap. And then same thing, you're going to lay all the way down here. Now, say this isn't enough pressure for you. What you're going to do here is you're going to lift those hips up into a bridge position, and that'll add some extra added pressure. Only if you need it, remember, you might not need it. Like I mentioned before, I'm pretty sore, so I really need that extra added pressure right now. The area that we're going to is from either left or right of the spine, all the way out into that posterior shoulder region. So you might have to rearrange the ball a couple times to make sure you're getting all of those regions, and that's totally fine. You can also lean kind of side to side to get those regions. Remember, we don't want to avoid shrugging those shoulders at any point. Don't want to aggravate the shoulders. All right, nice job with that. Let's go ahead and switch sides. I know I'm going over a little bit of time here, but if you can stick around, great. If you can't, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow if you can make it. Make your Monday a great one. Stay focused and make sure to get some more movement in throughout your day. We'll see you guys next time. If you are staying on, thanks. We're going to do this region, and then I also want to get the rhomboids. Like I said, I'm pretty sore, so I'm going to utilize just about a few more minutes here to make sure I get everything that I need here. All right, let's go ahead and move along to those rhomboids. So the rhomboids are located in between your shoulder blade and your spine. So you have a little muscle in between each of those. So again, we're gonna break it up left and right. Just gonna place that lacrosse ball in that fleshy area. Remember, we don't wanna be on those bones. So you don't wanna be on the shoulder blade and you don't wanna be on the spine. You wanna be in between those two regions. And then what you're gonna do from there is you're gonna give yourself a nice big hug because you deserve it, of course. But what this does is it also helps open up that region. So it helps that shoulder blade kind of move away from that spine. And it really allows the lacrosse ball to get in that region. So go ahead and go there. We're gonna breathe just nice and easy. You can hold that pressure and kind of move the ball around. You can lift up on your legs to add more pressure. You can rock yourself up and down. Slight movements side to side if you're going to do that, just because you do have that shoulder blade and that spine there. So be conscious of that when you're doing it, and just make sure to breathe through it. Make sure to keep your arms crossed so that the lacrosse ball can really get in that region. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. So we'll go to the next rhomboid over to the left side for me. Again, placing that lacrosse ball in between that shoulder blade and that spine, giving yourself a nice big hug, and then holding that pressure. Making sure you're kind of going through that whole rhomboid. So making sure you're going from just the below that trap all the way down to about that middle back region. Remember to hold that pressure when you find those tender spots. So a spot that's just a little bit more painful than the rest, you want to make sure we're holding that pressure, really breathing through it. We got about another 30 seconds here and then we'll wrap up class. Make sure to get that whole region in. Good, go ahead and come on up. Thanks so much for joining QFit Release. Again, my name is Emily, Fitness Program Manager over at our Fort Collins, Colorado site. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please throw them in the chat box. If not, we'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a